Hi, Zobble975 and welcome to Elite Dangerous on the Xbox. Now, before we get into the piracy clips, I wanted to bring you this clip because it was hilarious. So basically, do you ever go to the shops and forget what you went in for? This is basically the Elite Dangerous equivalent of that. Also, I'd like to point out that the FDL I spot in here is Psychotic Rob, because I don't think he believed me later when I took the mick out of him saying that he was not a very observant policeman. Because I'd been in and out of the station. This was actually the third trip in and out of the station, because every time I got cargo I came back and sold it to the black market, because the last thing I want to do is lose the cargo. So as soon as I get cargo I come back to the station, and immediately drop it off. And yeah, here I rearmed, repaired, refueled, and then completely forgot what I came in for and didn't turn in the cargo, and so I launched myself. At which point I immediately realised and thought, you idiot, you didn't sell the cargo on the black market, that's what you actually came to do. So I was like, oh, I'm such an idiot. So then I clicked on redock and basically came out, turned around, went straight back in again, and yeah, so this is 3 times in this one clip that I go past Psychotic Rob as he sat on the landing pad, completely oblivious. So later when I was mocking him in system chat, this is why, because he literally, like, I said something in system chat and he was like, oddballs here? And he hadn't realised, and it's like, well dude, I've been past you like 3 times already, what are you on about? I've been in and out of the station loads, mainly because I'm a muppet and I was not handing in my cargo. But yeah, I was back and forth. Later I even hovered above him on a landing pad and shone lights down on his ship. I don't think he noticed. I think too many donuts, not enough coffee. That's what I'm thinking. He is a policeman after all. So anyway, this was me generally being an idiot and forgetting what I went into the shop to do. So yeah. And then even when I go back in, I'm like, the first thing I do is go to repair my ship again. I only just repaired it. And I'm like, oh no, what have I gone for? Oh yeah, black market. Yeah, black market, thermal deal. Okay, so actual piracy. I pirated at Type 6. At CG's, it's very, very hazardous and dangerous. Poodwooded offered to join my wing, and he was... Pood was shooting away merrily. I don't think he realised that I just hatchbreakered this ship and cargo was spilling out everywhere. He was chasing after it. You can see me telling the Type 6 to run now that I've got my cargo. I'm like happy to let them go, but Pood was still trying to, I think he was trying to get them to stop, and it's like, no, it's fine. They've already relented some cargo. It's fine. But CGs, they're very hairy places these days, and if we're in a large group of marauders and we've got control over the system, we can do piracy a little bit more gentlemanly. But when we haven't got control of the system and there's a lot of PvPers around, I will probably be in my Crate Phantom because it's the stronger of my pirate ships, and I will probably just be hatchbreakering and then messaging afterwards. I know it's less polite, I know it's less gentlemanly, but sometimes needs must, and I get my cargo. But it is, like I say, it is tough out here to be pirating with the amount of players that can drop in and attack you, the amount of players trying to kill each other, and all the stuff that's going on. It's never the easiest to just, patiently pirate someone. Also, you come across things like this, and it's like, if that dies, that's a massive wasted cargo. Let me just get in there and get a hatchbreaker on it, and at least save some of that cargo from destruction. So at this point, this is not so much as piracy as looting from a corpse. To be honest, this poor Type 9. Yeah, nothing to do with me, but it was definitely did seem better days. Yeah. And actually, when I saw like an NPC drop in and I was like, oh, my NPC's going to attack the Type 9, I was like, oh, I'll help him out a little bit, kill the NPC, and I'll actually scoop up his remains because, I need the materials at the moment. I have so much engineering to do, but I need to get around to it. And like I say, it was tough. It was a tough CG to do piracy at. It was very busy with PvPers. It was busy but not massively busy. These are the only 2 clips I captured. I did do a little more piracy, but not much more. I had a whole day where I got nothing but combat loggers and being attacked by PvPers. And then this day I got a few combat loggers and a couple of people who actually yielded some cargo. And it was that bad I even resorted to robbing an NPC. People always say to me that you shouldn't rob players, you should rob NPCs only. There's a large portion of our community that are really down upon anyone who attacks another player or who is seen to attack another player. And my response is, I do rob NPCs, but that's just dull. If it wasn't for player interaction and interaction with other players, I would have stopped playing this game a long time ago. You know, I spent 3 years as a pacifist trucker, but nowadays it's the player interaction I play for. It's the actual interacting with other human beings is what makes me want to play an MMO, and what makes me spend so much of my time engrossed in it. So I could happily rob NPCs all day long, they give me money, but that doesn't scratch the, you know, I want to play with other people niche that needs scratching. And you know, player versus player piracy is always more challenging, demanding and fun, because you never know what the other guy's gonna do. It is absolutely crazy, you know, anything could happen. But in terms of money making, in terms of profit, PvE piracy is way more lucrative. Absolutely and utterly way more lucrative. You know, I'd say poo, like I'm just robbing an NPC, don't bother dropping in on me. You know, but I think poo does actually drop in on me. But there you go. He actually does me a favour by drawing the police off. It means I take less fire while I'm scooping up this cargo, and it is quite decently valuable cargo. Private couriers, they're usually type 9s, type 7s, type 6s, and there's sometimes keelbacks. Now with private couriers, what I tend to do is scan them, look at their modules, see how many point defense they've got, because the ones with 3 or 2 point defense are a super pain in the butt to roll, and I quite often can be bothered with them. I tend to leave them alone, but the ones with no point defense or only 1 point defense, I'm straight in there. If you are dealing with a ship with lots of point defense, my recommendation is launch some collector limpets, hide them on the other side of your ship. This keeps the point defense occupied, and then the point defense may not pick up and see the hatch breaker limpet. It doesn't always work, but it's a very, very good little tip to use. But this was my little flirting with PvE piracy. But I gotta say, when I come to a CG, I want to do PvP piracy. And also, it's the PvP piracy that gets me, you know, dropping off the cargo. So here I am again, dropping off more cargo. And if you saw, yep, still got the same person targeted. You know, also managed to pick up some bounty vouchers. That's really handy. That was probably that guy I killed defending the NPC, but there we go. This time more valuable cargo. Nothing towards the community goal, but this time it's more valuable in terms of base money. I actually got 1 million credits off the community goal reward for this mission, just for getting a few tons. But anyway, that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.